So do you think Joe Biden is a safe Democrat because he's a moderate? And Bernie is just some radical socialist? There really is no such thing as a moderate Democrat anymore. Bernie Sanders is really just being honest about the Democrats' agenda. Biden presents himself as a moderate with that continual friendly smile, but he's radically socialist also. He just doesn't spill the beans like Wild Bernie does, in public especially. Yet Biden's policies and goals are deeply socialist. Democrats are deeply invested in expanding the government and convincing you that you're entitled to more and more government services. That is a huge problem, I will explain. The truth is, the more you expect the U.S. government to do for you, the less disposable income you will have to take care of yourself and your family. The more you entrust the government with, the less freedoms you will personally have. There really is no free lunch with the government. It's government dependency and control at the expense of our constitutional rights and freedoms. That's what Democrat beliefs are built on. For example, they repeat the message of universal free health care long enough until it's considered the norm, and even Republicans start accepting it as mandatory for Americans. President Trump could not even replace Obamacare with a Republican-led House and Senate. Wow. The repeated messaging from the Democrats and mainstream media has worked. Obama really got the ball rolling with socialism. He also doubled the debt from $10 to $20 trillion in less than 8 years, more than any other president in U.S. history. Socialist policies cost us way more than money. Socialists believe in the redistribution of wealth and like to blame the rich for people's problems, even though they're rich themselves. So if you harbor resentment toward the rich and successful in America and are jealous of them and need to blame them for your finances and struggling career, here's what the Democrat socialists will do for you. They'll simply transfer the wealth of rich Americans to you through increased taxation. It's that easy. It's just like Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. In this utopian fantasy, all America's problems will be solved, so they say. It simply plays upon the sinful human nature, which is easily tempted to covet our neighbor's property. It's human nature. It's sin that Jesus Christ died for on Calvary's cross. Coveting another man's wealth should be confessed to God as sin, not encouraged by skillful politicians and socialist government leaders. Well, here's the fine print. The leading Democrats won't disclose to you. When all the wealthy feel exploited through further taxation to fund a government's agenda, an oppressive socialist ideology, these wealthy Americans will lose interest and loyalty to the United States. They will protect their cash assets and shut down their businesses in America. They will increase their investment in true capitalist countries, where they are given tax breaks for creating jobs and being rewarded for giving people a future. We saw exactly that happen under Obama. The Democrats did not care that their ideologies were not working for blue-collar Americans. We had an extremely low GDP for years. They didn't care. Look, punishing the rich will not work anymore when the majority of the rich leave for other countries. At that point, you will have to work even harder. You'll get paid peanuts after all the taxes you'll be paying to spread the wealth yourself now, out of your own earnings. Yep, that's how it works. You will become more dependent on limited government services, and you'll learn how to complain about how the government is not doing enough for you. It's a welfare mindset. It's all very un-American and a seductive trap. Philippians chapter 4, verse 19 clearly states, "But my God shall supply all your need according to his riches in glory by Christ Jesus." God is our provider. I think of Isaac in the Old Testament, who sowed seed in famine and reaped 100-fold in the same year in Genesis chapter 26, verse 12. Isaac looked to the Lord for his provision, not the government. Truth is, the government is only a parasite that feeds off the taxation of working people and businesses. If it takes too much money from working people and companies, it will exasperate its source of funding and in time bankrupt the nation's job and product resources. Socialism leads to crushing inflation, just like you've seen in Venezuela. There just are not enough products for people to buy, and so the demand gets so high, the price goes up. People can't take care of themselves. Thankfully, we have President Trump, who fully understands the threat of socialism in America. Oddly enough, we've been fighting in wars for decades to liberate other countries from communism, but now we have millions of Americans that want to bring communism here to the United States. Oh, they'll call it socialism, but socialism is the stepping stone to communism. I learned that in high school. I mean, are schools honestly even teaching the truth anymore about oppressive socialism and communism? Well, if you're a Christian and you're concerned, like I am, please pray that God will save America from entering into socialism. Pray for President Donald Trump. If you know someone needs this video, please share it with them. Thank you for praying with me for America, for President Trump, and praying for the truth to be known so people can make an informed decision this November. Have a great day in Jesus. Thanks for watching.